right, guys, we're back. We're back to talk about some more landscaping, some more irrigation issues. Okay, I'm glad for y'all to be tuning in. Whatever four, five, six people that are there, this information will be helpful. Trust me. Now that it is the winter season, things are gonna be a little slow, but you probably noticed if you go outside and look at your lawn, it's looking a little brown. Don't panic. Don't panic. You know why? Dormancy. Okay? Dormancy. You're thinking, oh man, my pest control guy is not feeding into my grass. He's not putting enough fertilizer down or iron. Maybe I may have chink bugs. Or maybe my sprinklers aren't working. Those are probably some of the questions you're asking right now. No, your grass is asleep, or you probably have weeds mixed up with your nice sod. This is why it's important to treat your lawn throughout the year. Put down a good herbicide and keep the weeds out. But I'll get into more detail about that. You understand what I'm saying? You're going outside and you're looking at your lawn and you see brown spots. You're probably gonna have to have three evaluations. You're gonna have to have a licensed sprinkler contractor. Hello. A licensed pest control guy or a licensed fertilization guy. There's a bunch of them around here. Okay. And you're gonna talk to your lawn guy, which I do that also. Okay. I cut grass and I do sprinklers. That's it. All of those have to be in sequence in order for your lawn to be perfect. Or even if you're doing it, heck, you got to have all of those in sequence. That's the only way. Reason being is if you're cutting your grass too low, then you're going to be scalping it, exposing your grass to the elements like cold, and you're really going to hate yourself. It could be an irrigation issue, improper coverage. Got to come out there and look at it. Someone who has the eye for it and the patience. And then there's your pest control guy, okay? Make sure you're putting out enough iron or herbicide, whatever. They have to be in sequence, people. But you're probably not going to get the kind of results you want now because it is fall time. The best time to catch all that was in springtime. You know, between March, August, September, around there. Between March and September, you need to be putting down fertilizer, herbicide, all that stuff to keep your grass nice and strong so that you can be able to endure the fall. And that's it. What I'm trying to do, folks, is to beat it into your skull. Even if you decide to spend your own money or do it yourself, you want your lawn to be the greenest on the block, right? Do you? Okay. Well, here you go. I'm going to make sure that at least on my end, your irrigation and your lawn is properly cut. Let me also tell people this. How often do you cut your lawn? Have you noticed it's not growing as fast either? It's getting brown and it's not growing. Come on now, talk to me. You're outside, like, my grass is not growing, but it's also not looking good. All those play a factor, Parker, and all surrounding counties. If you're listening on YouTube, if you're listening on Facebook or Instagram, guys, you have to be patient with your lawn. I'm telling you. The only reason being is you're going to hate the guys who are professionals. And I'm here to protect you from that, okay? Commercial break.
If you work hard on your job, you can make a living. Then he said, if you work hard on yourself, you could make a fortune. So I worked hard on my job and made a living, but I learned, starting with those extra hours per week, learning these extra skills, I started working on myself. What could I do to start increasing my progress and make my health better, make my income better, make my investments better, make my value to the marketplace much better, get busy learning the second skill and the third skill and the next language and the next language to increase my value? I got to get busy and do that. See if you will do that. I promise you, one of the greatest motivating factors in the world is progress.
All right, guys, we're back, and I just left a neighbor's lawn today, right? And he told me that he had very, very weak pressure. His pressure was weak. Now, if you look at my Instagram posts, I try and tell him that you gotta wait till 4 o'clock, 4:30, and then pressurize the main line. He was like, oh no, I want it done, I want it done, I want it right now, I want it right now. Okay. I said, okay, I'm not gonna charge you to come out. You know, I'm here. But for me to actually go through it and check things, okay, turn your clock on, okay, it's $100, all right. So I went through everything, his whole system, the whole yard is whack. The pressure sucks. It's pissing. It's pissing. Okay, that's an irrigation term for weak pressure. It's like, psst. And I said, hey, I gotta sit here and wait until 4:15. No problem. As soon as I did that, the water pressure picked up. He had about 5 or 6 nozzles that were clogged. I replaced those. No extra charge. No extra charge. I fixed those. And I went through the whole yard. Everything was just fine. It was just fine, y'all. Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm never gonna come and cheat you. I've been doing this too long. I'm too seasoned in this field. But the more you tune into the show, the more knowledge you'll have to where you wouldn't have to call someone out. You kind of troubleshoot yourself a little bit until the point where you can't get it. Now, I will be getting my lawnmowers ready starting tomorrow and throughout the week, because as we go through this cold spell, and for all you lawn guys out there, it's time to get your mowers tuned up, ready to go, because once March comes, that grass is gonna grow like wildflower. I mean, like wildflower. You need to make sure you have no hiccups. Make sure all your bearings are greased up. You know, of course, your blades should always be sharp, and do that yourself. Make sure you're tuned up. That way, you have no delays. Customers have demands, lawn guys. They have demands. And your lawnmower, to be honest, to be a good lawn guy, I'm speaking directly to my lawn maintenance professionals. You gotta have like 3 mowers. I have a 52, I have a 48, and I have another 48. All right, they're all ride-ons, and they all can get through fences. And plus I have a 36 walk behind. So I got 4. Right? I got 4. Customers have demands, especially when the grass is growing. And usually around that time it's raining a lot, they don't need sprinkler service. I recommend you get your irrigation service, but because they see it's raining and the grass is green, they'll pay attention. I always tell them. Some listen to me, some don't, and then they get canned when the fall time comes. All right. So basically, we have to stay on top of things, guys. Okay, you got to stay on top of things and make sure you're there for the customer. All right. There's only so much you can do for the customer to make sure they're ahead of the game, and that's it. All right. All right, y'all. We got a lot to talk about today. I say about 5 minutes, and next week I'm gonna be talking to some of the landscape professionals who don't have any sprinkler knowledge or specifications, or you want to get into the sprinkler business more thorough, you know, like myself and a lot of other irrigation contractors. You want some information about getting your irrigation license? I can be able to help you out with that. You want to know tips, tricks, and trades to troubleshoot, the tools to have. I'll be getting into that next week. I'll be getting into a lot of things, okay, on the irrigation side. But today we're going to finish off with homeowners who, like I said, who are looking at their lawn and it looks like garbage. Keep it cut. Keep it clean. Florida weather is weird. It's weird because one day it's cold, one day it is hot, and the only time your grass goes into dormancy is when it's cold. The moment it gets hot, your grass will wake. So basically your grass is kind of uneven. It's like, hey, I can't sleep, I can't grow, I'm looking weird. Your grass doesn't know what to do. With Florida weather, your grass is doing that. It is. So as you see it gets hot one day and cold the next, you're gonna notice your grass is gonna grow, but it's not gonna grow in that plume, flush green color you always expected. Okay? Especially when we get into January and February, you guys know it gets really cold and windy and nasty. For anyone who's been living in Central Florida long enough to know, it gets really nasty cold because that's all that cold from the Yankees up north coming down, and with the rain and the wind, it's hard to work. But it gives me time to talk to you and work on my equipment. Spend some time with the kids, of course. But I want to make sure you fully understand where I'm coming from. All right? If you haven't put down a herbicide yet, now would be the time. Especially to get rid of clover, crabgrass, all that. That way you're going to have a fresh start in the springtime around March. All right? Do that. Good time to put those stuff down. And if you can't afford a lawn pest control company, you can go right to Home Depot and Lowe's, right there on Orange Blossom Trail, and pick up some good herbicides. Pick up some good fertilizer. Well, not really fertilizer because the grass is awake one day and sleep the next day. I would just stay away from that. To be honest with you, I would just stay away from that for right now. Or worry about the weeds. Don't forget about insecticides. Chink bugs, ants, grubworms, they love healthy tasting grass. So you want to put down, you know what? Every guy is different, but let me tell you what I do, okay? With my lawn, personally. When March comes, the first thing I do is uh, I put down an iron fertilizer, fertilizer with a lot of iron. You know, fertilizer with a lot of iron. Sorry, guys, on the phone call. Fertilizer with a lot of iron, and then I also put down an insecticide. They're all granules, by the way. I like to use granules. If I want instant action, I would use the liquid, but I like to use granules. Right? I pull out my little green push granule spreader. I do it like that, and I let the stuff work. Okay, it's gonna take about 2 to 3 weeks for that stuff to really get in there. But once it's in there, it's in there, and it starts doing the job very well. An insecticide and a good fertilizer in March. Okay, let that sit for a little bit. Okay, let that sit for a good 2 3 weeks. Okay, and then what I do again is I put down another herbicide, the liquid form. I do that throughout out the spring. If you want more, you can shoot me a little message on the bottom of YouTube. I'll tell you exactly what it is. But as of right now, with this kind of weather, there's nothing you can do. But it's all right. Just keep on tuning in, and I'll keep you informed. All right, guys, make sure your sprinklers are working. Right? There's not much you can do with the grass. Okay, until we're in full-blown springtime. But you can put down a good herbicide to get them crab weeds out and the dollar weeds, all that. Kill all that. And then your grass should be able to come back in the springtime. Okay? If it ain't green, it ain't green. And I'll see y'all next week.